So Luke, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Hesitant, but ready. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, one of the best kept whitetail secrets in the country, Nebraska. Now you might know Nebraska because of the Cornhuskers, duh, but there are some big whitetails in that state.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you hear people talking about Kansas all the time, and South Dakota all the time is a big up-and-comer. Not so many people talk about Nebraska, and for those of us whitetail hunters who hunt Nebraska regularly, I think all of us are pretty much okay with that.
Well, one of the better secrets yet is the fact that in December, it's muzzleloader season, the entire month. And you wanna know what? You can buy that license over the counter, guaranteed. Now granted, Nebraska is mainly privately owned, but if you do your research, you can likely get on a good farm and hunt some of those big bucks that are pushed out to feed by Nebraska's nasty winter weather. And trust me, it gets cold there. Just take a look at this footage. December, sub-zero wind chills, temperatures down right around zero, and I'm freezing my, well, you know what off. It is cold, but we're seeing good deer numbers, and I finally, in this scenario, get a buck to stand still. But guess what? It's the last night. It's the last few minutes of shooting light, and I don't know if I'm gonna get a shot on this buck. Now, is he a shooter? Well, that's the question.
On this one, Mark, I don't know. It looks like a piece of the Republican River on the very southern edge of Nebraska. Am I anywhere close here?
Well, I think you've hunted this exact location, so quit playing games with me, all right?
Fair enough.
I'm not a kid.
Fair enough. All right, I'll quit leading you on and say I will not shoot this deer, only because I have hunted this property and I know what it is capable of. And deer are not going to look at a political boundary and say, well, I'm going to grow big in Kansas, but I'm not going to grow big in Nebraska. So I'm going to hold out to the very end and not shoot this deer if it were me. That said, I've been in your shoes more times than I can count. And when you're trying to make a TV show, you want to shoot a good deer. It's a good deer, it's not a great deer. All these things are going through your head. It weighs on a fellow, but in this case, I'm gonna let this deer walk.
Well, that sentence you said about you being in my shoes reminds me I need to lock my house better. Apparently you've been digging through my hunting boots, but we all have been in this same location. And being that I had hunted this property for several days, had some really good boots on the ground information from some of my friends, I knew that it was time to shoot.
You know, while I was in there looking for your boots, I happened to notice that you could likely do some laundry as well. And were you to do some laundry, you wouldn't stink so bad, thusly likely putting you in contact with bigger deer and never in this situation in the first place. So,
well, next time you're there, just do the dang laundry.
This is North American Hunter Field Test powered by Stuff Stuff. Everything you see here has been tested and approved by members of North American Hunting Club. If you want the latest in new gear, this is information you can trust. Here's a good way to protect your bow sight. The REH Bow Sight Shield is a neoprene cover that slides right over your sight. Your sight pins are shielded from damage, debris, and weather, and is also protected while in storage or in transit. The Skin and Bone Knife by Outdoor Edge is a 4-piece lightweight combo that's ideal for deboning and skinning big game. This combo includes a boning knife, a gut hook skinner, and a sharpener to keep your knives razor sharp. Do you ever have a tough time carrying your turkey out of the woods? Well, the Quake Claw Turkey Tote uses no-slip technology to make it easy. Simply wrap the loops around the feet and the head and carry your bird out of the woods like a travel bag. To learn more about these products or to have your products tested, join me at huntingclub.com. Field Test, powered by Stuff Stuff.
It's hard to beat that elk hunting action, but next week's episode is right back in your backyard. We're hunting whitetails, Iowa whitetails. North American hunters Luke Hartle, he's hard after them. But if you need a little bit more hunting action in between episodes, go to huntingclub.com 24/7. I'm Mark Kayser. Remember, hunt extreme.
North American Hunter is brought to you by Can-Am, the ride says it all. Matthews Archery, catch us if you can. By Ruger, arms makers for responsible citizens. By Nikon, the trusted name in optics. Thompson Center, America's master gunmaker. And by Zippo Outdoor, for a better experience. Closed captioning brought to you by The Gun Tool from Real Avid.